Everybody. This is Todd with Duct Tape Hanger, and we're going to be doing a little update video on the Gee Bee here. I flew it this weekend at Power over IAC. I only flew it once. Flew really well that day. Landed nicely. No flip overs, which is always a good bonus with a Gee Bee. The biggest problem we had later on in the day is it kind of turned into more of a crosswind, and just say these don't like crosswinds. And so I just flew my PT-19 after that, and it didn't. That doesn't seem to be affected by too much of anything. This is a Byron. Get you guys in here a little closer on it. Some of the stuff on it. The guy who built it 95. It's got a G62 with a per power system in it. It does have, it's all fiberglass fuse. You know, anything that's Byron, it's fiberglass. The only way into the airplane is through this hatch. All my servos and everything are mounted here. I'm going to move this back. It'd be easier to just get this back here and then talk about it. The only way in is through here. And all of my servos and everything is right up here. So when you have to get to anything, you have to open it and just kind of reach in and feel for anything you're working on. It's on a tray up here. So it makes it very interesting trying to get to anything that's inside here. Pretty much it's a built-up tail, and it has built-up wings. I know Byron did a lot of foam, but with the Gee Bee, they went with built up for a little more strength and durability, just for the fact of they were hard on the airplane. They were a hard airplane to fly. They're still a hard airplane to fly. That's why you don't see Gee Bees everywhere. It weighs 29 pounds and has about 700 square inches of wingspan. So it is a pretty good handful on takeoffs and landings. Once you get it up to speed, it doesn't do too bad. I love flying them because I like having stuff that not everybody else has when you go out to the model field. And that's what I love about it. I've had Gee Bees since my third year of flying, and I've had them ever since. And it's just always been a passion of mine, this era of airplane. So I'm going to do a little collage of all the flying videos I have. Some of them were from this spring at our flying at South Bend RC. I had the different gear strut on here, and it was flexing. So as soon as it would touch into the grass, this would flex back and was causing me to flip over. So you're going to see a few landings where I'm flipping over, a few landings where I'm not. Most of my landings on it with that other gear strut have been flipping over. With this strut, I'm probably about 80% staying on the gear on landings, which I've been working on a little different way of approaches, and it seems to be working a little better for me. In a future video, we're going to be doing some work here and getting the other wheel pant and strut fairing on here. I'm going to figure out a way to do that where we can get this all put on here, and I don't have just this bare leg sticking out here. So far, I just call it Lieutenant Dan. It's got its magic legs, and if you remember the movie. But let me grab a wing. Give you an idea how small the wing is compared to the rest of it. Here's your wing panel. That's it. That's it. Not a lot of wing area for a 30-pound airplane. So that's a reason why they don't really fly that well. Would I suggest anybody getting one and flying them? I think if you have one and you've been flying a long time and you've got some experience, especially rudder, good with rudders, then get it up and fly it. I do not use gyros. Everything you see is all built-in ability, whether it's good or bad. I don't use gyros. I don't use stabilizers. I don't use any of that stuff in any of my airplanes. I like to fly them. I like me to do all the control inputs. A real airplane, when I'm riding in somebody's small airplane, guess what? It bounces around in the wind, and that's what the model's going to do. I don't want all that. It's not for me. I'm not going to say, if you use it, more power to you, whatever you like. That's one thing about this hobby. There's lots of different things to do, different ways to set them up. Not an issue with me. I might pick on you for using one. I won't name any names. I have a few buddies I give a hard time about with their gyros, but it's all right. They give me a hard time too. That's what we laugh. We laugh and joke a lot. None of us take it this seriously. We're just out having a good time. And but that's pretty much the overview on the Gee Bee. We're like I say, we're going to do some work to it here later on, maybe in the next week or two. I'd like to get the fairings on that strut. But other than that, pretty much set for now. We'll go from there. So I'll add these other videos in, and you'll get to see the last video. I had a GoPro mounted on here. I taped it on here, so you get to see the pilot's perspective of what you see. And about all you see is a lot of fuselage and a little bit of wing, and it gives you an idea of how little you would see back here actually flying one of these. It is really an interesting view. Obviously, I don't have the head movements, where you can see a little more, but definitely keeps that an interesting perspective. Also, the guy who built it, this is his wife. She absolutely loved this airplane. This was her favorite airplane. They went to Ida Grove at the Byron event and watched Delmar Benjamin fly the replica, and he bought 2 kits. He said, that's one of them, and the other one is, I don't know if you can see it back there in the background, but there's another one that's all framed up, that's ready for paint, needs servos mounted, that kind of stuff. Be something else we'll probably do here on the channel. Maybe we'll finish that one out too. But he was so happy to hear she passed away. Not so happy to hear she passed away. She passed away. He was so happy to hear that I left her picture in there. And I told him I won't take her out. I said, that's part of the history of the plane. A few people have asked me about it, but that makes his day. That made his day when I told him I left her in there. And I said, I will not take her out. Just the way that she belongs with it. She's had a few wild rides so far, but she hasn't bailed out yet. So, all right, guys. I'll add those next videos in.
You got it, buddy. You got it. Woo! Good job. How about next step for that Gee Bee?
That didn't seem as bad as I thought.
Folks, like I said in the beginning, that's the wingspan. They'll be flying around lunchtime. So get ready, folks. Lock the champ 15 to 6. We got another one going up.
I do. Sitting here licking my fucking go.
Looks like it's flying.
Ain't flying bad.
Up at Midwest Sundowners Flying Club on a web. It is one of the finest flying fields out here, folks, and a lot of good things happens out here. So, yeah, look us up, and then yeah, we'll let you know what all the good things. We got a 50-50 raffle going on, 3 prizes. We have an E-Flight, a Z-Cub. That's about 80 inch. This thing is gorgeous. If you want to see these prizes.
Not at all. A lot of clubs are the same. Well, we've been through all of that. Lower in the news. Start your own thing.
Yeah, we got to draw people to it.
So here's my. I had to change my what it's good for. I'll take it. Landing.
That's the wingspan. They'll be flying around lunchtime. So get ready, folks. Rocket Champ 50%. We got another one going up.
I do. I'm sitting here licking my fucking gums.
Looks like it's flying in the park.
Ain't flying bad.
Up at Midwest Sundowners
Not your
Flying
first
Club
time.
on a web.
Nope,
Is one of the finest flying fields out here, folks, and a lot of good things happens out here. So, yeah, look us up, and then yeah, we'll let you know what all the good things. We got a 50-50 raffle going on, 3 prizes. We have an E-Flight, a Z Cub. It's about an 80-inch. This thing is gorgeous. If you want to see these prizes.
Got it.
You got it, buddy. You got it. Woo! Good job. How about that GB?
That
Good
didn't do as
job.
bad as I thought. Once I got
Folks, like I said in the beginning, it's a
Not at all. A lot of clubs are the same. So it's,
Well, we've been through all of that. No, I just think that lower the start your own thing.
yeah, we got to draw people to it.
So here's my. I had to change my attitude. I'll take it. kill switch on this. I thought the ground did it.